Hello, welcome to another Mad Hatter review. Little late on this one. I was getting dental surgery today, and I am in a little bit of pain, although I'm heavily medicated. But I might be slurring. I might be drooling. Okay, I might have kind of like that Godfather thing. I got the gauze in my mouth. What did they do to my boy? Horrible Godfather impression. But let's power through because we got to talk about this. We got to talk about the April takeover. Okay, and lo and behold, NECA did the right thing. Last week of April, they didn't go, hey, here's April as a squirrel. They said, Cartoon April, re-release, Ultimate April coming out. Wowie zowie, and there she is, okay, with all her accessories there. And man, this is what we all wanted in Ultimate April. This is NECA won't say this, but this is kind of the apology for the other April that they made. Although it's an apology you have to buy, where people were like not too satisfied. Giant-headed April on a little squat body and no neck and this and that. So this one, you get proportionate head. You get plenty of neck. Okay, some might say too much neck, but let's just. An overall view, so you get all these different accessories. Now, a lot of these accessories we've had before. Camcorder, the little recording device with the microphones, hands, the little anti photo there, the plant, the hare and the tortoise. I think we've had. I don't think we had that Venus plant, Little Shop of Horrors plant. I don't think we had that. Then she comes with this thing that can kind of like lock her up and tie her up as well. So there are some new pieces to this, okay? And I did want to spotlight, though. So the difference is, in terms of the body, I didn't do a lot of reading other than taking a look at the photos. I feel like the body, for the most part, is the same until you go waist up, and then you get a real long neck, okay? Now, some people might have a problem with this neck. I don't, okay? Because she has been presented with a long neck in the cartoon plenty of times, and the other one pretty much has no neck, and it's bothersome. So, like, could they have met maybe somewhere in the middle? I don't know, but I don't have as much of an issue with the neck. Let's just talk about the heads for a second. So these heads are sculpted, I know, by or partially sculpted, or maybe the whole thing, by Zilu 1984, who is one of my favorite sculptors, especially female face sculptors. He did the She-Ra, the Mondo She-Ra, does amazing stuff. Okay, probably my favorite faces that I've ever seen. He has actually some custom Aprils he did. Let me show that real quick. These custom Super 7 Aprils, they're wild. They're like amazing. I wish he would sell them, but I think those are his private collection. But he is doing, so he did the faces for these Aprils. And you get neutral April face, you get smiling April face, and then you get tied up April face, bondage April face. I don't want to know what some people are going to do with that April. Okay, that April can go down a dark corridor with some collectors. You never know, okay? You never know what some collectors do behind closed doors. That'll be fun, okay? So let's leave that April out for just a second. You get the other two Aprils. To me, and I'm going to be brutally honest, and because I have to be brutally honest all the time, I would say that this face is like 85% of the way there for me, okay? It's not... It doesn't exactly read the April that I know from the cartoon completely, okay? Maybe, and I can't put my finger on it, and again, maybe it's because I'm looking at the renders. It might be different in hand. Sometimes in hand, things are just a little different, but there is something just... It might be that the eyes are too big. Maybe there's a little bit of an anime kind of look. Maybe she looks too young. I was hoping for something kind of like this, akin to this, and I don't know how to describe this other than to say, can this be made? But I will say 85% is still pretty good, okay? And it's still, look, I'm going to get this figure. I'm going to get two of these figures. This is probably as close as you're going to get to like an accurate cartoon April. The other thing that bothers me doesn't have anything to do with the sculpt, but I think the height is the same pretty much. And the reason why I say that is because they have this shot right here with April interviewing Ground Chuck. I immediately took my April, yikes, and interviewed my own Ground Chuck, and they're like the same size, which is a bummer because it means that you're not going to get April a head taller or towering over the Ninja Turtles. I kind of wanted that, like that first season, where it was a very drastic height difference between April and the Turtles. I always associate that height with April, and so I don't know. I wish, and it's funny because it looks deceptively taller, but I don't know. Unless the perspective is so off, I think she's pretty much going to be the same height. But she does. If you look at that picture, she looks much better. I mean, one April looks like she got stuck in one of those crushing machines, and she's all squat, and her shoulders are up to her ears, and then the other one kind of has like that feminine neck and all that. And I'm not worried about the neck. I really don't think it's going to be an issue up close. But so again, I like it. Okay, I like this figure a lot. It's not a home run. It's not a complete home run for me. Will I be getting it? Of course. Come on. Okay. But yeah. So and also the packaging was revealed. So there's the packaging as well. And yeah. So speaking of where that was revealed, NECA, the guy from NECA did a live stream with Judith Hogue. Okay. This is another crazy announcement. This kind of came out of nowhere. Judith Hogue is getting another figure, okay? But it's not one anybody expected. What they are doing is they are basically taking cartoon aesthetics and they are applying it to the TMNT 1990 movie. Like, what if that April, yellow suit, jumpsuit April lived in the TMNT 1990 world, and that's what you get. You get this figure right here. So before you say anything, before you jump to anything, this is a work in progress. That is the Ellen Ripley body. It is not a Judith Hogue body. That will be modified, but this is the idea, is that what if that April lived in the 1990 TMNT movie? Now, not to toot my own horn, but about a year ago I said, NECA can really increase the 1990 brand by making basically what if figures. Like, what if Bebop and Rocksteady lived in that TMNT 1990 world, okay? So if they are going down that thought process, I don't want to say they stole it from me. That's kind of an accusation, but let's say they, borrowed it. That I think will make them a lot of money, okay? I think a Bebop and Rocksteady in the 1990 style, I mean, holy shit, that would be awesome. I would buy that in a second. Star Wars does this all the time. They do their kind of like conceptual stuff. What if Tony Stark was a zombie? Why can't we do it in the TMNT mythos? Okay, we should be able to do it. So that's coming out. Another cool thing is this is coming out with an arcade game. It's the picture is Pizza Time. Okay, so it's Pizza Face, but it's a take on Burger Time. I don't know if anybody here old. Okay, if you are, you remember Burger Time. So this is kind of like a play on Burger Time, Pizza Time, and that's kind of cool. That's cool. You could kind of build an arcade as well. So that's coming out. Here's the box art for that, by the way, and very, very, very surprising. That's it for the April stuff. I did want to mention one more thing. This is 2 reveals that you might not know about. Okay, so. If you know or you don't know, there's a magazine called Toy Collector. It is a physical magazine. You hold it with your hands. And they did a reveal in their latest issue. I know because I got my latest issue from Toy Stalker. If you want it, get the magazine, go to Toy Stalker, use code HouseHatter, and you might be interested in this because moving forward, they will be doing more and more exclusives. One of the things they're spotlighting, one of the things they're premiering is 2 Last Ronin figures you did not know about, okay? The first one is Raphael, is basically like Last Stand Raphael. Look at these new pictures right here that are awesome. This depicts him right before, spoiler alert, in 3, 2, 1, although I said Last Stand. This is him before he kind of croaks. And if you're gonna have a figure representing Raphael's last stand, you need the person that killed him, and that is this Karai right here, which I don't think, like, they showed Raphael before, I think, or some version of him. They never showed this. So you have another Karai that's coming. If you remember their fight in the water or whatever. And yeah, so crazy reveal right here. This year or next year is going to be the year of Karais. It's going to be wild. But Last Ronin Karai coming. Raphael's Last Stand coming as well. So Last Ronin train is still very much on the track. So that's it. I just wanted to go over all of this stuff. April Takeover, Cartoon April coming out. Judith Hogue, April jumpsuit coming out. Okay, imagine you put that on with the yellow coat. That's like too much yellow. But you know, the bold will be trying that. And then 2 Last Ronin figures that you may or may not have known about. Again, if you want to read the whole thing about it, buy the Toy Collector magazine. Support magazines anyway, okay? I miss magazines. I want them to come back. Toy magazines, you roll it up, you put it in your back pocket like a badass. I used to love that. Anyway, that is all. April Takeover is finally done. We don't have to attack NECA headquarters because they're giving us what we want. We're getting the Ultimate April. Hopefully she's easy to get. I'm going to get 2 of them. I'm sure a bunch of guys are going to get their bondage setups ready. Okay, we don't need to know. Okay, you can start another forum for that. But that's it. April Takeover, TMNT, and that is all I got. I'm very excited. I'm happy. I can rest now. Molotov cocktail. Douse the fire on that thing. Put it back. Save it for another day. Comment, subscribe. Drop me a like. See you next time. Bye-bye.